Hello and welcome to English 2. I'm your online teacher, Miss Abear. We have been working on a Common Lit unit, expository writing about the fashion industry from the past to the present. And as a reminder, this is a Common Lit 360 unit. It is their unit 4 in the 360 curriculum for grade 10. Today, we are going to be looking at a different text. I'm sorry, we're going to be looking at the same text, but we're going to be looking at the text from a different angle to help us answer our research question. Francis Cabot Lowell had a utopian vision for a factory that would make profits for the owners while also improving the lives of the workers. What was his vision? And then to what extent has his vision been realized since its inception? And the last time that we met together, we looked at a text and I told you that we were skipping the research note-taking graphic organizer and that we would work on it today, and that's what we're going to do. And then at the end of the day today, we are going to work on our activity 3 from our vocabulary activity set 1. So you should have both of those things out on your desk. You should have your text from yesterday that also includes the research note-taking graphic organizer. You should also have your vocabulary packet out on your desk. And so I want you to flip to that research note-taking graphic organizer, and I want you to see that it's given you a couple of ideas, or it's given you the prompt for our research question, and then it's given you space for today's text that we're going to be looking for. And you are going to go through the text that we read last time that we were together, this Mills in Massachusetts, A Changing America, and you are to look for examples and evidence that will answer the research question. You will also notice on this research note-taking graphic organizer, it asks you to put the paragraph number of where this information is found. And I would like for you to be very careful with the evidence that you're pulling to make sure that you have enough evidence from each of these texts that we're going to be reading. And so I need you to have more than 2 or 3 pieces of evidence, right? I need you to really be thorough with your evidence because you don't yet know what angle you're going to approach this essay. And so if you've got I'm in the more is best category when it comes to the amount of information that you have. So I'm going to pause here, and once you have your information together, I would like for you to have a class discussion on the evidence that you pulled. So I'm going to go back to this slide and I'm going to pause and let you find that research, or let you find that evidence, but know that you're going to be sharing that when we come back together. Great job. Some of you were working very diligently. Some of you were over there scratching your heads. Okay, so make sure that you're looking at our research question. You are specifically looking for information about the Lowell system and whether or not this idea of his utopia. Are the workers truly better off? Has he improved the idea, right? So in this text that we just had, you need to compare what Lowell was doing with what had been happening. So you need that past information as well. So I'm going to pause and I want you guys to talk about that as a whole class. What information do you need in order to move towards this research question, to move from this idea of what it was to what it was after Lowell and his system, okay? So I want you to have this discussion, and then I also want you to talk about the note-taking graphic organizer and all of the information that you put together. That was so much better. I see that the wheels started turning for some of you, but it took a minute. You needed kind of that direction, and that's okay as well. All right, now I want you to pull out your vocabulary, and now you're looking at fill in the blank scenarios. So now you are applying the vocabulary that you learned, and so make sure that you complete that at this time. You will not be working on this with anybody else. You are working on this independently. I hope that you had a fantastic day. I know there was a lot of grappling with information. There was a lot of things that were kind of making your brain hurt. And your brain hurting, I promise, is not a bad thing. Grappling with a text is just strengthening that muscle that you have up here that's helping you learn this information. So until next time that we meet, happy learning.